Welcome to this edition of Marriott MBA Today. Today we have Brent Absher, and I'm Bryce Reynolds-Block. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, today we're talking about US Airways.
Right.
And so you did your internship there this summer.
I did. I was there all summer. I was in the financial planning group. Essentially what that is the airline is divided into 7 or 8 little mini businesses, if you will. So, for example, in-flight, flight operations, and I, at the beginning, actually supported all of them in some way or another. But midway through my internship, one of the analysts actually left the company, and he supported tech ops. So for about 2 months, towards the end of my internship, I actually got to be a full-time analyst for 2 months, supporting the technical operations side of the business. So I literally got a good inside look at what my real job would be if I were to go back and work for US Airways.
Great. And I know this is kind of the first their internship program, so this was...
Right. My class was the guinea pigs. They've never had an official internship program before. And we came in and they put us into different groups to see and feel out where they wanted to have people in the future. So it was a little interesting at first because they kind of had to find their footing of what they wanted me to do. But after a while, it became pretty easy and integrated pretty well.
Sounds great. But we know that they're going to be coming this year looking to, again, recruit for interns and also full-time students is kind of the regular
thing. They mainly recruit full-time, but they want to expand their internship program so that it becomes much more well integrated with their whole system. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you were in Arizona, is that right?
Right, in Phoenix.
So enjoyed the hot weather and...
Yep, yeah, all 110 to 120 degrees of
it.
Summer.
Someone working or full-time would be expected to... Would they live in Phoenix?
Yes, yeah. Pretty much everyone in corporate works in the Tempe area, right off Arizona State's campus, actually. So there's lots of good hangouts, lots of good food, stuff like that around the place.
I guess one of the big questions is what did you have to do to get your internship with US Airways if they don't do internships on campus?
Right, they don't do. I went to the info session for the second years for the full time and got to know a few of the people at US Airways. But really what happened is I went online, I applied to their national recruiting, and luckily was able to get an interview just through that, through my own accord, and went and did a phone screen with them, and eventually was invited out to go to Tempe, and went over there and did the second round. And honestly, I'm not sure how I did it, but it ended up working out, and I was able to get in there, and hopefully it makes some inroads for future candidates from BYU.
Yeah, I mean, certainly now that you've had that experience, we could hopefully, any first years you'd want to talk to Brent could look to do that. What about, would you have any advice for full-time or first years now if you've done it? I mean, I'm not quite sure, but culture-wise, anything you feel like about the culture that would be important to know?
Sure. US Airways is very, they're hardworking. They expect hard work. Okay. Their culture is one that they're very entrepreneurial, I would say. There's not a lot of hand-holding, but because of that, there's a lot of room to grow. You get to do your own thing within a certain context, obviously. But you're allowed to go and do whatever project you might think is important. Say, hey, I think this is something I can do to improve the company in this process or whatever, and they're very open to that. One thing that was great about the company that I enjoyed was I had almost daily interaction with the CFO and the VP of Finance. And in a company of 40,000 people, I think that's pretty rare. And it was a great opportunity for me because I got great exposure to the real senior management. Whereas in a lot of other bigger companies you might do an internship at, you don't get that kind of exposure. So that's one of the things that I was really pleased about.
Great. Well, we're certainly excited to have Brent here to talk to us about his internship at US Airways. We know that they'll be coming on campus to look to recruit, so we invite you to attend to learn more about US Airways and hopefully find yourself a job or an internship there. Again, thank you for watching.